Addition of vectors. Suppose a girl moves from a point A to a point B. So her displacement is along vector AB, and from B to C. So her displacement is along BC. Now her net displacement is from A to C. So we can write vector AC is equal to vector AB plus vector BC. This is known as triangle law of vector addition. Here we combine head to tail, then we have net, that is the resultant vector from the tail of first vector to the head of second vector. We know that vector AC is minus vector CA. So we can write minus vector CA is, now from here we can write vector AB plus vector BC plus vector CA is equal to 0 vector. Vector AB vector BC, and this is vector CA. It means it is vector AA, and vector AA is 0 vector. If vector AB is a small vector A, vector BC is a small vector B, then vector AC is vector A plus vector B. Suppose this is vector A and this is vector B. Then in the opposite direction and in the same magnitude we have this vector minus vector B, negative of vector B. Now if we add, this is the shortest distance, then we have here vector AC as vector A minus vector B, which is equal to vector A plus minus vector B, means subtraction of two vector is the addition of first vector and the negative of second vector. Now parallelogram law of vector addition. If we take vector A and vector B, this can be also taken as vector B parallel to this one in magnitude. These two vectors has same magnitude and parallel and in the same direction, so they are equal. So vector B, then suppose there are two vectors, vector A and vector B, then the resultant vector is the diagonal through the common point. Parallel to this vector is here another vector which is equal vector, as it has same magnitude and in the same direction it goes. This is C, this is B. OA is denoted by vector A, OB is denoted by vector B. Then we complete the parallelogram. Then the diagonal from the common point gives us the resultant vector of vector A and vector B. Here OC is equal to vector OC is equal to vector OA plus vector OB. Also vector OC is equal to vector OA plus vector AC. So we can say that both laws of vector addition, that is triangle law of vector addition, and this is triangle law of vector addition, this is parallelogram law of vector addition, are equivalent to each other. Now properties of vector addition. First, commutative property. This is vector A and this is vector B. So we have this vector is as vector A plus vector B. Here this one is vector B and this one is vector A. We know that here tail to head is combined, then the vector from the tail of first vector to the head of second vector gives us the resultant vector. So this is also vector B plus vector A. So we can say that vector addition follows commutative properties. Clearly vector A plus vector B is equal to vector B plus vector A. This is vector A and this is vector B. Then we have this one as the resultant vector, vector A plus vector B. And if we add to this vector C, then we have this vector as vector A plus vector B plus vector C. This is vector A, this is vector B, and this is vector C. Then this one is vector B plus vector C. This is vector A and this is vector B plus vector C. Then this one will be vector A plus vector B plus vector C. Clearly the addition of first two vector with the last one is equal to the addition of first vector with the last two vector. So the vector addition follow associative property. For any vector A, we have zero vector or null vector such that vector A plus zero vector is equal to vector A plus zero vector plus a vector. So zero vector is called the additive identity of vectors. multiplication of a vector by a scalar. Let vector A be a given vector and lambda be a scalar. Then the product is denoted by lambda vector A and its magnitude is given by magnitude of lambda plus magnitude of vector. If this is vector A, then this will be half vector A and this one will be minus half vector A. So the product of a scalar with a vector gives us collinear vector. If lambda is positive, then the direction is the same, but if lambda is negative, then direction is opposite to the given vector. For every vector A, we have its negative. Such that vector A plus minus vector A is equal to 0 vector, which is minus vector A plus vector A. If lambda is equal to 1 by magnitude of vector A, provided vector A is not equal to null vector, then magnitude of lambda vector A is magnitude of lambda into magnitude of vector A, which is 1 by vector A into vector it gives us 1. Here the magnitude of lambda vector A is 1. This implies that lambda vector A is a unit vector in the direction of vector A. It is denoted by A cap. Therefore A cap is equal to lambda vector A, where lambda is 1 by magnitude of vector A. So whenever we have to find unit vector, we have to divide the vector by its magnitude. Component form of a vector. We take points 1, 0, 0 on x-axis, point 0, 1, 0 on y-axis, and point 0, 0, 1 on z-axis. Then we can say that this vector OA has magnitude 1 unit. So this is unit vector which is denoted by I cap. This is another unit vector which is denoted by j cap. This is another unit vector which is denoted by k cap. Unit vector along x-axis is denoted by I cap. Unit vector along y-axis is denoted by j cap. Unit vector along z-axis is denoted by k cap. This is point P, x, y, z, and this vector OP is denoted by vector R. This is length, so OQ is of length x, so this is xi cap. OS is of length y, so this is yj cap. Here OR is of length z, so OR is zk cap. Unit vector multiplied with the magnitude. Why ORZ? Because z coordinate of P is z. So if this is P1, P1P, this is OP, we join OP1. We have to write OP, vector OP, that is vector R, is equal to vector OP1 plus vector P1P by triangle law of vector addition. This implies that vector OP1 is vector OQ plus vector QP1 by triangle law of vector addition. Vector OP1 is equal to, now vector P1P is parallel to vector P1P is equal to vector OR. Vector OQ is xi cap. Vector QP1 is vector OS, and vector OR is zk cap. Vector OR is zk cap. So this is equal to xi cap. Vector OS is yj cap. Vector OS is yj cap plus zk cap, which is the component form of vector R. Here x, y and z are called the scalar components, and xi cap, yj cap and zk cap are called the vector components of vector R. Magnitude of vector R is OP, the distance between origin and the point P xyz, which is a square root of x square plus y square plus z square. That is magnitude of xi cap plus yj cap plus zk cap. This can be found using Pythagoras theorem twice. Here OQ is x, QP1 is OS, so y, so OP 1 by Pythagoras theorem x square plus y square. This one is right angle, so this triangle is right angle, so you can apply Pythagoras theorem here. So this one, this OP is a square root of x square plus y square. Again this triangle OP1P is right triangle, so this is a square root of x square plus y square. This is equal to OR, so this is Z. So OP is a square root of a square of x square root of x square plus y square plus a square of z square. So we have in the second way magnitude of vector r is equal to a square root of x square plus y square plus z square. If vector A in component form a1 I cap plus a2 j cap plus a3 k cap and vector B is equal to b1 I cap plus b2 j cap plus b3 k cap, then first vector A plus vector B is equal to a1 plus b1 I cap a2 plus b2 j cap a3 plus b3 k cap. Second, vector A minus vector B is equal to a1 minus b1 I cap a2 minus b2 j cap a3 minus b3 k cap. Third, vector A is equal to vector B if and only if a1 is equal to b1, a2 is equal to b2 and a3 is equal to b3. For a scalar lambda vector A is equal to lambda a1 I cap lambda a2 j cap lambda a3 k cap. K vector A plus m vector A is equal to k plus m into vector A, where k and m are scalars. K into m vector A is equal to km vector A, where k and m are scalars. Also k into vector A plus vector B is equal to k vector A plus k vector B. Remarks: vector A and vector B are collinear if and only if vector B is equal to lambda vector A, where lambda is a non-zero scalar. In component form, vector B is b1 I cap plus b2 j cap plus b3 k cap. Now lambda into vector A, lambda a1 I cap lambda a2 j cap lambda a3 k cap. Here two vectors are equal. It implies that b1 is equal to lambda a1, b2 is equal to lambda a2 and b3 is equal to lambda a3. This implies and implied by b1 by a1 is equal to b2 by a2 is equal to b3 by a3 is equal to lambda. So if two vectors vector A and vector B are collinear, then their scalar components are proportional. Second, if vector A is equal to a1 I cap plus a2 j cap plus a3 k cap, then A1, A2 and A3 are also called direction ratios of vector A. Third, if L, M, N are the direction cosines of a vector, then Li cap, Mj cap, Nk cap is the unit vector in the direction of that vector, as a square root of L square plus M square plus N square is equal to 1, where L is equal to cos alpha, M is equal to cos beta and N is equal to cos gamma. Alpha is the angle made by the line OP with positive x-axis, beta is the angle made by the line, the position vector OP with the y-axis, gamma is the angle made by the line OP with the positive direction of z-axis.